Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing this peel wipe thing. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, but nifty. Let's get to it. We go to media pool, drag in the footage. I want the puppy footage to be the first one. I like puppies. I think let's now create a handle here, create a handle here. Move them back together like our custom is. Under Fusion Transition sections or video transitions, drag Cross Dissolve in there, click on Cross Dissolve, right click on it, open it in Fusion page. Drag that to create space, delete Cross Dissolve, disconnect this. Click on Media in 1, Control Spacebar, type crop. On the crop node, go to Auto Crop and click Auto Crop. This just sets the image to be in the right size for what you're about to do. From crop 1, type Control Spacebar, type Cube 3D. Add that to the node grid. Drag this into the viewer. You see the image we have in Media in 1. Let's make it 2 views by clicking on this toggle here. So we have Cube 3D in the right viewer, and we have Media in 1 on the left viewer. See, this image of the dog is crunched up on the Cube 3D one. We click on Cube 3D one. To correct that, we uncheck Lock Width, Height and Depth. Right click on Height, go to Expression, and set this to crop 1.output.height divided by crop 1.output.width. Enter. The depth, we'll set this to 0.01. Then we set the subdivisions to 200, 200, 200 across the board. Go to material, set the color of the front material to white so the image has the right colors. You see the edges has some color around it. I want to set the colors for the edges. That's the top, right, left, and bottom. I go to Effects, I go to Templates, under Fusion, go to Shaders, drag Chrome. I right click on the output of Chrome, drop it onto 3D one, connect it to right, left, top, and bottom. Now for the back of the footage, I drag the transform node here, connect the crop node to the transform node, click on transform node, flip it, because we are going to be showing a mirror image of this actual footage on the back side. So we flip it and right click on the output, drop it on Cube 3D, connect it to the back. We click on Cube 3D, close this effects panel, Control Spacebar, type transform, we pick transform 3D, Control Spacebar again, type Blender, add Blender 3D, Control Spacebar again, transform 3D, then Control Spacebar, merge 3D, and Control Spacebar, render 3D. If we drag this to this viewer, drag a camera node here, connect this to merge 3D, it disappears because we need to set the camera. So we go to transform and move this till we are just, let's move that back a bit till we get just right on the image. So if we go to render 3D, it's showing here, drag Media in 1 here, there's no difference. So it means we have the camera zoom level accurate. Go to transform 3D, right click on the Z axis, modify with anim curves. Go to modifiers, set this to 30. Then set the ease in to sine, ease out to sine. And what we're trying to do is to make the footage turn. So we go to the beginning of the footage again. We're done with this. We go to Blender 3D, set this to 1, set this to X, set the angle to 90, and set the center to 0. And then right click on this, modify with anim curves. Go to modifiers, set this to 1, Let's set this to -1. Set this ease in to sine, ease out to sine. Go to transform 3D 2. We right click on X, modify with anim curves. Go to modifiers. We set this to 0.5. This is 0.35. And then we set this to 1.75. We set this to 0.1. Set this to using sine. We go back to tools. We set the Z axis. Modify with anim curves. Set this to 0.25. Let's say 35. 2, and set this to 2. And set this to using sine. Let's view what we've done. Click on here. Then for renderer 3D, set this to OpenGL renderer. Let's play what we've done. You see it in the right viewer. So now it's zooming in. We don't want it to zoom in, we want it to zoom out. So we click stop. We go to this transform here. Go to modifiers. I set the Z offset to -. And then we play it again. Beautiful stuff, right? Just beautiful. We need to make a few adjustments. Go to transform 3D, go to the X offset value, set this to -0.35, and then we play it back. Let's go back to the beginning of it. Go to this merge. We click on Control Spacebar, type ambient light, connect ambient light, drag this point light here to connect that to the 3D. For ambient light, let's set the intensity to 1, then the spotlight. Let's right click on intensity, modify with anim curves. Go to modifiers, set this to 0.25, set this to mirror, set it to ease in, set it to expo. Go to renderer 3D, click on light and shadow, and then we go to the beginning and play it. Let's make this single viewer so we see what we're doing. And the thickness of the cube is a little much, so I go to the cube, control, and set this to 0.00, let's say 0.008. Let's go back here and see how that looks. That's better. This output now, we bring in merge to the media in 2, connect the output to media in 2 and connect this to media out. So if we go to media out and play what we've done, beautiful, isn't it? I want to make the cube 3D a little reflective, so I go to the material, I go to back, I drag this expand specular, set this to 4, and set this exponent to 100. Let's play this back again. One other thing we need to do, let's go to transform 3, go to modifiers. For the X offset, I want it to start sometime around here, beginning, and let's play that. So we see the peel before it rolls off the screen. There, beautiful stuff, isn't it? For the spotlight, I need to set the angle to wide, the transform to, for Z axis to 1.67, and then we go view it. But you see that slight reflection that there makes it 3D-ish. That's what I wanted to achieve. And we're done. Thank you very much for watching. Do like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Cheers.